subscribe button. Goodbye.
Hail to all. We do not need. Hail to all. Hail to all. Now come on, Hollywood. Stop smelling your own farts. You might get mistaken for arse sniffers. Remember, when you go woke, you go broke. Hail to the fandom menace.
Well, got a Terminator article here coming up, and there's a lot of articles that are popping up already, and they're not saying good things. They're not saying it's good. They're saying it's going to be forgettable. Yeah, we already said this was going to happen, just because the direction they were going and the things that they were saying. Basically, the thing that's going to happen next, they're going to start blaming the fans for its failure. You watch and see. They blame the fans for, and call us names, when we complained about Star Wars. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see what they'll do. They called everybody names because they didn't like The Last Jedi. I didn't like it. A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people didn't like what they did to Luke Skywalker. So now they're tearing this franchise down. I'm beginning to wonder if it's some kind of conspiracy, because these movie houses want to destroy all the mythoses. You know? Why must they destroy what we love? Getting tired of that. Getting tired of bad stories. And it's not like that we can start making... Well, we probably could. Probably could start making our own movies and our own films. But we'd have to deal with the scum in Hollywood. The black hats, I guess you could say that they are. But you'd have to be completely independent to make movies. And then your movies would never, ever get in the movie theater because you're not kissing Hollywood's butt. You're not in with that Hollywood in crowd. So, Terminator is not good. And we knew it wasn't going to be. We knew because it was woke. All the things that they were saying about it. About basically the main character, John Connor, isn't even in this movie. Well, he's in it a little bit, but I'm not going to go into that. You'll have to see the movie for yourself. I already know what happens. But he's in the beginning for a little bit, and that's it. Wasn't this thing about John Connor? Hashtag, where's John Connor? Where's he at? How about making something good? Make a good movie. Instead of your political male, female, political pandering. Doesn't matter whether it's a male or a female. Write the story good and it'll be good. Stop making it about whether it's a male or a man and write the story that's a good one. We don't care about your political frickin' pandering. Write good stories. That's what we want. We don't want that other stuff. Hail to the Phantom Menace. Article coming right up. Well, hail to all. This is Bear Nerd Fun. Terminator Dark Fate movie review. Nobody will be back after this one. Despite maverick filmmaker James Cameron on board as writer and producer, Dark Fate relies only on set pieces. The script never goes beyond the obvious. Updated on November 1st, 2019, 9:02 a.m. IST. Cast: Terminator Dark Fate. Cast: Limmel Hamilton, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mackenzie Davis, Natalia Reyes, Gabriel Luna. Director: Tim Miller, while T-800 Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sarah Connor Linda Hamilton are huffing and puffing in order to tackle an advanced Terminator. There's a fair chance of audiences thinking, why do they even keep coming back? With every film in the franchise, they are getting even more distant from the original thrill machine and core philosophy. Not that Schwarzenegger hasn't come back in the past. He was there in Terminator Rise of the Machines, Terminator Salvation. Well, he was only a composite image in that one. Terminator Genesis. All these films were mostly fan service, and Schwarzenegger didn't venture beyond his famous dialogue, "I'll be back." Now, after all these years of the Terminator, 1984, even that legendary dialogue seems to be losing sheen. Even if Schwarzenegger hasn't done much to let it happen, these films definitely have. Dark Fate is no different. What looked unbelievable thinking by Skynet in the early 1980s is the most basic concept for every Hollywood sci-fi film now. What made The Terminator such an impactful film was the novel idea of machines turning against the humanity by developing a raw conscience. It was stimulating to imagine a world where humans controlling artificial intelligence, AI, for all the practical purposes. The game has completely changed since then, with films like Ex Machina and Blade Runner 2049. Blade Runner 2049 wasn't that great. The AI-themed storylines have undergone massive changes. The directors are adding new dimensions to humanoids. So much so that projecting an actor's face on a robot seems the most natural thing to do. We now believe that they need a face. On the action front, Transformers films have set a tough-to-beat template. There are many other similar films too, so it's neither idea nor action for Terminator-like films. In such a situation, can Schwarzenegger's enigma be the only hook? Irony is that he didn't even get to mouth his career-defining dialogue. It begins in Mexico, which should now be declared as Hollywood's most favorite origin spot for all sorts of stories, where half-human, half-robot Grace Mackenzie Davis is trying her best to save Danily, Natalia Reyes, and Rev 9, Gabriel Luna. This also serves as Hamilton's entry point, whose affinity for guns, violence hasn't gone down a bit in all these years. In a way, Dark Fate is her follow-up story, and I'll pat on back for remaining the most badass woman around. She, with slow motion shots and relatively better understanding of the milieu, tries to take control, but it all scatters the moment T-800 and Rev 9 decides to give aerial stunts a try. Though director Tim Miller, Deadpool, tries to infuse some humor, but it's too late by then. Everybody knows where this is heading except the machines. Well, they are machines after all. Despite Maverick filmmaker James Cameron, the director of The Terminator and The Terminator Judgment Day, T2, otherwise known as. On board as writer and producer, Dark Fate relies only on set pieces. The script never goes beyond the obvious. The Terminator Dark Fate is a lame throwback to the simpler times with a false promise of a better future. These Terminators need immediate upgrade. Maybe Michael Bay can help. Rating 1.5 out of 5. We'll be back here in a moment in cartoon form. Look for the beginning.
Now come on, Hollywood. Stop smelling your own farts. You might get mistaken for arse sniffers. Remember, when you go woke, you go broke.
Please subscribe to Bear Nerd Fun. Smash the like button. Goodbye.
Say hello. Hello. Say hello. Say nerd fun. Nerd fun. Nerd fun. Say goodbye. Goodbye. Hail.